Hello, guys. My name is Adam Bunley, and I am an entrepreneur. I recently decided to launch a venture, and I want to explain to you guys a few things that I took in mind. First, in launching, you probably should always want to think of the opportunity first, the people that are in pain first, over the new idea. Sometimes new ideas thrive, but there's nothing wrong with finding an opportunity. And in my business, um, Vibrant Field Inc., I saw the opportunity that there were deaf people that were attending concerts, and the numbers were going up as the years. And there are deaf musicians, there are deaf DJs and dancers that actually enjoy music, but due to the lack of hearing, they can't like completely enjoy music. But I understand also that through vibrations, you can make up for what feeling that lacks thereof. So that's also a great solution that I feel that could bridge the gap and better make up, because sometimes it's about thinking about the profitability, but if people are going to music concerts and they can't fully hear, they are not actually getting the full grip, but they understand that they going and they understand that they're going to feel the vibrations of big speakers. But if they understood that they can feel complete vibration and just like feel like they're in the music, that's just priceless. Um, a value proposition. Well, right now there's no status quo. I've researched there's no status quo of the industry that I'm in, because there's nothing that caters besides hearing aids to deaf. So as far as hearing aids, the status quo, that will be it. I mean, you could actually be starting a new status quo. You know, opening up a new bridge. I feel like you have to think about your competitors. You have direct competitors, which are like actually infecting your competitors like Pepsi and Coke are direct competitors. You have indirect competitors that affect you indirectly. You have future competitors. In my case, future people might say, okay, well, we can create a hearing aid that's accessible for music. You also have the status quo, um, which is the norm right now. Which I said, like in my business, there's currently no norm but hearing aids, and that really doesn't consist. I mean, transition to the music and audio side. So, um, let's see. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Get this together. I have the three barriers. Examples of barriers in my case would be if someone already thought of this and they had patents out to prevent me from actually like going throughout this journey venture. If maybe a health government said, well, this wouldn't be healthy for people, this is not good, and they actually prevented this from going further. Um, Also, another barrier of entry would be if I could not find a good enough manufacturer, or I couldn't find a company to actually manufacture what I'm trying to give. So those are a few barriers that I feel like and in going about the product price, you have to think about your price being the quality. My price of my product is $10, but that doesn't mean that it's not worth anything. I feel like all the time, if you hike the prices up, that doesn't match the quality necessarily. But a lot of times people react to the price, and then they say, okay, well, there's the quality. So that's what it's taken into account. But in my account, the $10 is actually feasible for people. So I feel like the quality doesn't match the price in my account, because the quality is so much high and the quality is so much of an eye opener. I feel like sustainable competitive advantage in my case would be staying relevant, staying making sure that my product is updated every year or every week. To go about concept testing this product, I could go to markets, I could go to games, I could go to events near me, I can go to carnivals, fairs. I could actually get out and concept test this and get response from people, actual people. Or I can make concept visuals and put those out and explain to people how my product works, how it will affect people, who it will affect, the market size, how many people are willing to pay, and all these things I would take into effect if I want to continue to go further with my venture. I feel like all of these things are important. It's important as an entrepreneur to understand that you will have downfalls, but you can think before you have those downfalls. And some downfalls could be avoidable. So I feel like if you take into account what makes your product the best, how did your product stand out, why would your product be the go-to product, who would be your market, where's the pain, how you would distribute, the price, how will people perceive your product or your service. I believe if you take all of these things into account and you understand that making money is just the after effect. You know, people just don't wake up and make money. You have to actually put pieces together, and then that will equate to what you think, you know, the outcome should be. So I feel like as an entrepreneur, keep your head steady, keep your mind focused. Understand that failure, the fear of failure, will kill any business that you try to do. So realize the sky's the limit and understand that you can do anything.